Hmm. Okay, 1 2 1 2. Testing something new here. Let's see. Hello from Tennessee. Oh, Antonio, what's up, brother? You doing anything yet with your Aircrete projects? I'm trying out this app to stream my videos. I was having trouble outside. Hello, hey from Utah. All right, what's up, Utah? Okay, let's see. What's this? Oh, it automatically gave my image. Okay, what's up, guys? I'm glad to see you've taken up Haplers. Yeah, the Hyperparaboloids. Okay, let me see. I see chats. Excuse me, guys. This is a new app for me. I'm trying this all out new. I was having trouble with my phone outside. Let's see. I can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen here? It looks like you can. Let's see. How do I see the people here? I see chats. um, Still live? Yes. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Okay, I see some delay. 1 1 2. Wow, what a big delay. Okay. I was just checking on my cell phone and I was seeing how much of a delay I have from my speaking and moving stuff on the screen to it actually being live. But it looks like it's working. And you're clicking words too. Huh? 1 2. Oh, counting. Good morning. Nice to see you got camera problems sorted out. Yeah, thanks, Kenny Beans. I'm trying a new app on my computer that allows me to share my screen. Also outside, excuse me, it was so sunny I couldn't barely see my cell phone. The glare on my screen was outrageous. So I'm really liking this. It looks like it's gonna work pretty good. This streaming from my computer here. At some point today, Honey Do Carpenter will also be live, and I want to get you both on the same page. Nice hat you had. Yeah, it's nice and warm. Kept my ears nice and warm too. Funny guy. Yeah, I spoke to Honeydew last week after his other last live broadcast. We we spoke briefly about an idea I had. We're pretty much on the same page, unless you got something else in mind. Actually, YouTube has a feature that lets me like split screen so I can do interview. Maybe I'll see about doing an interview with Darwin. I'll try that split screen feature YouTube has. Not today though. I gotta I gotta test that out. I was also thinking of having a Zoom call with a lot of you guys so we could all see each other on camera and we could speak through Zoom. I could record that and replay that on my YouTube channel. That's something else I was considering is a Zoom call. Maybe we'll play around with that today, later today or something. It could be interesting. Except I could do that at night. I don't have to be. Doesn't have to be early. It could be when everyone's available. So as you guys see the last video with the hyperbolic paraboloid structures using airforms. Well, Antonio, maybe we'll do instead of Discord because I don't really mess around with Discord much. Maybe we could do what I just said. We could do a Zoom call. We'll Zoom it. I'm familiar with Zoom. I really like this structure we're going to be building this year. I think it's cool. Yeah, it really lags it up. Wired. Man, I can't believe I actually thought about building a shipping container at one point. And I have 3 of them that I use for storage. One of them's a workshop, and the other one's a storage from when I moved here. And there's not a lot of space, man. And, you know, I watched a few YouTube channels where they're building shipping containers, and you lose a lot of space. So, like for my logic, money wise, and using these airforms and spraying one of these up, opposed to a shipping containers, is such a much better idea for me. Um, and yes, latex cements, very nice. Yeah, I like those too. They look cool. Is there a way to make them 2 stories? Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned in the video how you could put this on a stem wall. Let's see, do I have the stem wall? Here's the stem wall version. Let me get rid of, hide these others. Alrighty. So you can see, let me do the side profile, it'll be easier to notice. Alright. So this is a straight on side profile. And this structure here has a 4-foot stem wall, making it 16 feet tall at the peak here. So with this 4-foot stem wall, you could easily have 2 8-foot tall floors. The first floor, you could have an 8-foot ceiling. Well, the thickness of the floor, so maybe like 7 foot on the top. But that would be at the peak. So let's see. I do 8 feet. So 8 feet. That would be 8 feet, and you figure a foot thick floor, right? Just for argument's sake. So yeah, you'd be looking at 7 feet at the peak. Let's see, on this end, it would be about 5 feet. Plenty of room to put a bed and things up here. I'm just this line could actually go all the way across. Obviously, the whole top floor could be a second floor. Over here, you'd be pretty tight for space. Let's see, 4 feet. Yeah, you can add a 5 or 6 foot stem wall on here, make it much taller, and it would work really good still. Yeah, I think. Let me take a listen. Space. Let's see, 4 feet. Okay, yeah, I got a big delay, but it's cool. It works. Yeah, workshop space. Absolutely. Yeah, you could. Man, there's so much space. You put If I put a 6 foot stem wall on here, you're talking about a lot of space. 63 feet long. This is huge. So you obviously have the curvature of the ends, so you don't have a perfect square. But we're just gonna round it off or square it off. So 63 feet times 24 feet is 1,512 square feet. This one structure would have approximately. If you made it 2 floors, you're pretty much looking at double, approximately. So man, almost 3,000 square feet you could get out of this one structure if you made it tall enough and had a second floor on it. That's huge because then that first floor, you could pretty much do a setup like this where half of the first floor is your garage, and then you could do whatever with the rest of it, like your living space, the second floor. Yeah, that's a huge place. Doesn't this kind of look a little like an Earthship from the side here? Looks like just this profile has a little bit of an Earthship look to it. I have you thoughts. Parabolic garage doors that close like an eyelid. Yeah, that would be cool. A door that closes like an eyelid up and down. Maybe even put some lashes on it. Yeah, that would be interesting. Let's see. Until my next question, I'm gonna see if I can create this eyelash door. Let's see. We'll close that. Hide all this stuff. Let's see if I could create an eyelash door. Let me grab another model. Let's see. I'll grab this one here. You have been chosen. Okay, let's hide the rest. Take out the chosen one. Hide some of this stuff. Could you lay them over each other crosswise? Yeah, I did that before. Actually, I didn't show that. Um, but I'll show you. Show you what I did. Let me see. I could do it this model. Let me just hide this door. So this is gonna be. Okay, take this center. And I'm going to rotate it on itself 4 times so you can get an idea. This is kind of like what you're asking about, laying it over. I think that's what you were talking about. It's kind of cool. I did this before. I thought that was nice. Figuring out exactly how I would actually build this with the airform um, would be a little more difficult, but completely possible. Look at that big cheesy smile Mark gave. Okay, so let's get this, put that back. Okay, so do an eyelid. How would I do? Okay, so I need to work off of this edge. Let's see. Interesting. So, oh, okay. Now I'm better off using a dome end. All right, let's do this. Redo. Yep, a domed end. Okay, that's. I have to hide these so that my computer doesn't slow down from overworking. All right. So what I'm going to do is just cut that and see if that would work. See if I can make something really quick. So I'm going to make the type of eyelid. Split this. Did that work? No. What else we got here? Yes, that's cool. Cheesy smile and cool glasses. Mike message restricted. I don't know what Mike wrote. That Mike's message was restricted. I don't have a moderator. Actually, I got Mrs. Aircrete online. I could set her up to be a monitor. I never done this before. Let's see if I click. Have you had a chance to check out Chat GPT? No, I haven't checked out Chat GPT. Community moderation. Let's see. Okay, all right. I'll look at my phone in a minute. Let me see about making this cut. Okay, select cutting object. Select object to split. Cutting object. Okay, here we go. Let's make a. This is gonna be let me see. You could fold up. All right, let's see how it looks folded up first. So now, this is the eyelid. This is my first attempt. Go look at this screen here. Oh, can you see that? There, we're closing. Not for nothing, but that's pretty cool. I could do something like that. Excuse me, guys. I can make it hinge. I think that's pretty cool. It's kind of like a hungry, hungry hippo. Gotta eat the balls. Eat the balls. Hungry, hungry hippo. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. That could be done. I like that. Have a pivot there on the corner, and then that could open and close like that when it's time to bring the truck in to park. All right, let's put some eyelashes on there next. Let's do some silly eyelashes. Oh yeah, look at that. It came out pretty good. Let's see. Just messing around. Some thin, hairy eyelashes. How would we do that? Nah, I'm not putting any eyelash. Anyway, I like the idea. I think that looks pretty cool too. It could open up like that. And then have it so it closes really quick. Anyone tries to get in, it just chops them in half. I know, it's a little crazy. Let's see. LOL, nice. Sweet, no eyelashes. Okay. Honey, I'll have what you have. Yeah. That would make a nice sunroom. Agreed. That would be pretty cool. I think that's a cool idea. To have the whole eyelid. Hey, Aaron, is that what you were thinking of? Very nice. We keep snow from drifting on the door. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thing is, when you once this, let's say you had heavy snows like this country's been getting, once this opened, whatever snow was on the wall would just fall right in. Yeah, that's interesting. I like the whole eyelid thing. I gotta learn how to animate this stuff so I can make it automatically animate. But yeah, so let's see. Let's zoom out. Anybody have any other questions about the hyperbolic paraboloid stuff? A powerful tool to add to your arsenal. Yeah. So I was making a comparison in the video yesterday to the um, shipping container homes. And here's an example. Like, I really like to hear what people think because I know for years the shipping container was it was a it was becoming really popular, and it was mainly because of the cost. They were very easy to get, shipping containers, and they were also really inexpensive to actually get the containers. But what hasn't really changed was the build out of it. So, although you could get the container cheaply, still turning it into a house was expensive. And even if you don't care about living in the metal structures and whether or not you have life force energy being created by your structure, I still wasn't crazy about the amount of space that you get in there. Because if it's 8 foot wide, I mean, not if, the containers are 8 feet wide. And once you have your walls up and everything, you maybe have 7 feet of space on the inside. In fact, let's check this model, see what this model shows space wise. Let's see, from this inner corner to there. Yeah, this shows 7.5 feet. I didn't adjust this model. This is the way I downloaded it. So anyway, that's interesting. But what's your opinion? Like, between these two structures, if you had your choice, let's just say for argument's sake they're both the same cost. What direction do you go in? Now, for me it's this, because it's aerodynamic. Like I mentioned, having these straight flat surfaces are not aerodynamic, and when you have a wind coming in, it'll just slam against that, and that's what causes vibrations in the house and shaking and stuff. When I'm in my dome, we'll have 60, 70 mile an hour winds, on bad windy days. And we don't even feel it. Mrs. Aircrete and I, we don't even realize the wind's blowing outside until the front doors start to shake a little. But it is so incredibly quiet. And I can say for sure that's not been the same. Like, I'm in the RV right now. And in the RV, when the wind blows, the whole RV rocks. And even in a regular house, like when I was in New York and I was in a regular stick frame house, you could feel the walls vibrate on windy days. Not to say, hurricanes and tornadoes, they'll just rip the whole house apart. Like, man, you don't have to worry about any of that nonsense in one of these structures. The container homes are still popular today. Yeah, I know. I know they're popular. Uh, and I only think it's because people haven't seen like another good option. In my opinion, this is a better option because this is so expensive now. Just to be, literally in a box. Yeah, I've been out of the whole idea of living in a box for a long time now. I mean, way before I moved out here to Colorado and actually lived in a dome. I was ready for round structures a long time ago. Yeah, I don't think they should be used anymore. It's no real space. Come on, unless you're getting it for free. If you're getting it for free, whoa, take it all day long. But personally, for my money, I would not want to build a shipping container because number one, the only thing strong on a shipping container are the ends, okay? Because they're what's designed to support weight. If you want to do anything custom, if you want a cantilever, a bunch of containers together and you want to have one on top, you have to build all that structural support. Like, it's a lot more involved in it than just, if you want just one container, that's cool. But like I mentioned in my video, I was interested in building a home using multiple containers. I've been living in a tiny space for a few years, and tiny space is not for me. I need to stretch my wings out, and flap them and move around. And this structure and the dome home that I'm building now will do that. Let's see, what's this? The container homes are still right. I like it because it looks like Goku's house. Really? Yeah, I think. What is that? Dragon Ball Z's? I don't know. I never seen his house. I haven't seen enough of them. The container is a fad. You are creating something awesome. Thanks, Greg. Creating something awesome. Last year's tornado received a nice belly flop from the dome. Right, babe? Yeah, that's right. We had a little tornado come through, and yep, we were chilling out. We saw it on camera. It was cool. I mean, it was kind of cool. I was outside working, and I saw this tornado coming across, the property, and I ran. I ran for the dome. I didn't run to the dome we're living. I ran to the Franken Dome. I didn't know how powerful that tornado was going to get, and I certainly didn't want to end up in Wonderland. No, that's not Wonderland. That's what is that? What's the movie? Hello, follow the yellow brick road. Oh, Wizard of Oz. Yeah, I didn't want to end up in Oz with the tornado. So yeah, I ran for the Franken Dome, and I stood there till the tornado passed. But like Mrs. Aircrete was in the house dome, and she didn't feel a thing. Like she didn't even know there was a tornado other than seeing it on camera. Utah baby just moved from Tennessee. Cool. Congratulations. I visited Tennessee once. I really like Tennessee, but there were a lot of areas that were, I don't know, below sea level or something. Like they flooded all the time. So many areas in Tennessee flood. And yeah, for people, if you're moving out, I tell this to people looking for property anywhere. If you're looking for property somewhere and it looks beautiful, nice and dry, you have to find out what happens during heavy rains because you can end up being in the middle of a lake on a bad rainstorm. So definitely watch out when looking for property. You don't want to get an area that looks dry, but when it rains, it floods. I was nice and chilled, Mrs. Aircrete said when that tornado came through town. Yep. So anyway, guys, you got anything? Any other questions? Let's see. Uh, and here's another idea I really like. I think this is awesome for a community home or for a big family. You can have a community central dome, and then you can have your four four separate homes. I mean, these are really huge, but yeah, you can have four families here, and you can have a central kitchen dome with a living room dome, or just a family space. I think that would be nice. Have the central dome to be like the kitchen, and then everyone wakes up and comes to the kitchen to have breakfast and dinner. But yeah, this is remember this is 24 feet wide by 63 feet long. These hyperbolic paraboloids, and that's just the design I came up with. You could change the design. You could do a 20 footer or even less or longer, bigger, wider. I felt 24 feet was a good width, especially for this length. But you don't have to stop there. I mean, you can make that much bigger. The thing is, obviously, the more money, the bigger you go, the more money it's going to cost. I was watching the full video of this before the live stream, but wasn't able to finish it. I made comments earlier asking what the process of getting this approval by engineers. Yeah, there's no issues on that. Um, Remember, when building anything, the engineers are familiar with regular cement, right? All varieties of cement, different ratios. The engineers are familiar already. They know already if you do a 4-to-1 mix, cement and sand, you're going to get like 5,000 psi. So the engineers know the formulas are already out there. They already have the numbers. They know what the compressive strengths are for different mixes. So knowing that, the engineer has that information. When you approach the engineer with a structure like this, you'll be telling them it's gonna have rebar with 1 foot spacing, plus it'll have basalt mesh, so 2 layers of reinforcement, and it'll be sprayed with a 5,000 psi mix. They'll see it's domed hyperbolic paraboloid. They'll Any structural engineer with any sense would know immediately a hyperbolic paraboloid is going to be an extremely strong structure. So you have a strong structure that's made with reinforcements and a 5,000 psi cement mix. So now you have the structure. Now the safety's all there. Engineer looks at it, says, "Oh, yeah, this is going to be strong. He's got the rebar, the mesh. This is going to be absolutely safe." Then he's going to say, "Is it going to be warm?" Because the engineer needs to put that down on the engineering plan so you can provide it to your building department. And you're going to say, "Yeah, it's going to be warm," because you're going to go to aircreteharry.com. You're going to purchase the R value listing for $200. And we're going to get those different samples sent out to be tested for R value. So your engineer will look and say, "Oh, you're going to use Aircrete, or you're going to use Epic, or you're going to use Styro Aircrete, and it has X amount of R value. Okay, you're going to be good to go to build this structure. Is going to be fine. 4 or 5 inches of insulation layer is going to work great. You're going to be nice and toasty." And that's what's going to happen in a nutshell. Because it doesn't matter what you're building, so long as, and this is what I'm doing with all my structures now. The first layers are a structural cement mix with reinforcement. They just want to know you're going to be safe and that your structure is not going to collapse on your head and kill everybody. Because the engineer would have his name on that paperwork and he would be responsible for that. So an engineer does not want to see you die, especially with his stamp of approval on your paperwork. So long as you can prove the structure is sound and solid and you have the proper insulation for the environment you're in, like if you're in Texas as an example, I mean, that's a bad example these days because Texas has been getting cold and freezing, but up until a few years ago, it almost never got cold and frozen Texas. So we'll just use Florida as an example because it's further south. So if you're in Florida, you're not going to really need insulation for your structure. You could get away with ceramic bead paint where you paint the inside and outside of your structure with the ceramic beads, and it provides an incredible thermal barrier. And that's all you would need for a hot climate. So you would build with cement and paint it with this special ceramic bead paint, and that'll reflect all the heat off. Your cement will virtually not retain any heat from the sun because those ceramic beads are just so incredible as a thermal barrier. And but if you're in a cold climate, You could use the ceramic beads. I'm using them. It works great on the inside of my dome for keeping it warmer than it would be. But you're going to want your insulation, like if you're in Montana or even Colorado. You're going to want a few inches of insulation. So yeah, you'll be good as far as the engineers for domes or these hyperbolic paraboloids. Remember, what you see on the image in front of you are the two strongest structures you could build. A dome being the first, hyperbolic paraboloid being the second. Have you paid any heed to 3D printing cement? I posted a very interesting article about 3D printing cement in the Facebook group. Yeah, I've I've seen 3D printing cements, and one guy, Spacecrete. You go to Spacecrete YouTube channel. Um, he has an admixture for cement that is incredible and is probably the only thing you need for 3D printing. Like I didn't see in detail anything about the 3D printing cement. I've seen stuff in the past, and I know they're still having. Um, well, personally, I don't like the cements that they're using in their process. I don't like those pancake layers that are going on really thin. Spacecrete has come out with an admixture that would be probably the best 3D printing material, and it's really all you need. So I'm already, in my mind, I've already chosen Spacecrete's additive as number one for anything cement, where you want your cement to stand up and stay in place and stay in place. His additive is incredible. You go to his channel, Spacecrete, one of the videos, he's got, he mixed up a little small batch of cement, and he's moving around. You see how it's just flattening out. Then he adds just a tiny bit of his additive, and suddenly he can squish the cement to make it form and stand up. And he's shown in his videos how he builds walls with no forms, or rather, like this, like two slip forms. You got two guys holding a piece of wood, and another guy is pumping cement, and they're just sliding it up as fast as they could pump it in, and it stays in place. It's incredible. So yeah, look up Spacecrete, look at his video, and that's the answer to 3D printing stuff. And then I have my own idea for 3D printer. That's in using my own cement mix. That's different, but yeah. Greg says, Foamcrete is used regularly in industry. Just need to build to your approved specs. Yeah, Foamcrete is used a lot off grid. Dome Living says, as California, that's an email us for ceramic bead info. True that. Shout outs. Yeah, so okay. Um yeah, so anyway, I really just wanted to introduce people who weren't aware about the hyperbolic paraboloids. Again, this is just one design, like I showed in my video. You can make them square. In fact, I was just playing around with another design. Let's I'm going to show you a square hyperbolic paraboloid. I'm gonna build one here. So let's see. Okay, this would be a roof. We'll just say. So what is this? 10 feet? Yeah, that's 10 feet. Okay. So I'm gonna show you the basic design for this hyperbolic. So it's 10, 20, 15, 10. That's 20 feet. Damn, it's 20 feet there. That would be 30 feet. All right, let's make it big. So the main thing to these hyperbolic paraboloid is this framing. is this shape here. So let's see. I'll throw a tube on it. Let's make it 1 inch. 1 inch. Okay, so there's our design. So what you do, we'll take this and we have to duplicate it. Actually, no. We take this and we gotta mirror it. So it's about halfway. And we gotta flip it 180. So this is the key to the hyperbolic paraboloid design. What you see here, this shape. So I'll finish it for you. This is the main thing that needs to be done. Let's see, so that gets turned 90. And that gets flipped. Flip you 180, I think. Yeah, so if you see this shape right here, although the hyperbolic paraboloid has a very curved look, you can build it using straight sticks. So all you do is you go, let me make, actually I'll take this. Like that. Alrighty, don't want to bore you people too badly. Alright, let me see. Find a faster, easier way to do this. Alright, that'll work. Alright, this is just for demonstration purposes. But after you build this triangular looking frame, you just simply attach near straight boards going all the way across like this. Right? So that's it. It's really this simple. Well, I did at a bad angle, but you could already see here the hyperbolic paraboloid roof shape. You know, you go there and then you also go across this way. This is really how easy it is to build a super strong roof. I could do a better job at this, but I just was trying to give you guys something real quick so you could see. That's a hyperbolic paraboloid. You can see from here, you can see the curvature here from this angle, and then if you turn it, you see from here that angle. I messed up here. These are supposed to connect to this bar here. But yeah, so this is a hyperbolic paraboloid. This would be a square roof you could build. The other thing that's done, which is a little hard to see from the videos, they'll take this, they'll take it and stand it up on end. Say 90. Well, what they do is they take two of these, they put them together, and that's why they have a pointy looking roof. But yeah, so a simple hyperbolic paraboloid, you could build this with toothpicks or ice cream pop sticks just to get a framework so you could see how simple this structure is to build, and the amount of strength you get from this really cool. This has a channel 3D printing simulator. He has some great information about the process. I don't know if he has released his formula. Yeah, check out yesterday's video. Cool. Uh, Booyah. Okay. Let's check the comments. I don't see much. Not much is left. We got dead air, guys. Well, I don't see any more questions, so I'm gonna see about. Now I gotta stop the stream for the first time using this app. Do you have any books or recommended on anything to recommend on anything? Um, you're talking about building. No, I don't have many books to recommend. Um, yeah. So anyway, all right, guys. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna try and make this a regular Saturday event, and I'll, now the warm is getting the weather, not the warmer. Now that the weather is getting a little warmer, I'll start doing some more stuff. But I think what I'll be doing is a little more of this, sharing my screen and showing you guys some other ideas. Since I just made the video yesterday about the hyperbolic paraboloid, I figured we have a discussion about that, but I don't think enough people have had time to watch the entire video. But yeah, so anyway, that's it for now. This is Aircrete Harry. Peace out, love you all, and I'll catch you later. Wait a minute, Mrs. Aircrete just said I actually had a cool idea about books and documentaries that we recommend. Stay tuned. Okay, sweet. So Mrs. Aircrete is on top of it. All right. Again, this is the first time I was using this app to stream, and I think this is gonna stop it.